Hey guys, welcome back to Cooking with Tammy Live. I'm Tammy and today I'm going to show you how to make the best southern fried cabbage recipe ever. This recipe is going to be packed with a ton of flavors and guess what? It's going to be so quick and easy to put together. I promise you it's going to be a staple in your house. Anyway guys, without further ado, let's introduce these ingredients and get started. For our southern cabbage, of course, we got the cabbage on deck right there, full head of cabbage. We also have some red and green bell peppers. And I noticed you guys see two types of different onions. We have the yellow onions and we also have shallots. Why are we using shallots? Because shallots bring the flavor. So I'm going to show you exactly how to incorporate it and how to put it together. We also have some sausage on deck. I'm using kielbasa sausage, but you can feel free to use andouille or whatever your preferred sausage is. We also have some pork bacon. And for our seasonings, we have ground black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, chicken bouillon, Cajun spice seasoning, some kosher salt, fresh peppers, Worcestershire sauce, and we also have some distilled vinegar. Let's get to cooking. First thing we're gonna do is we are gonna cut our cabbage, and you see this thing right here? This is called the core. And this part right here is part of the core. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in just like that. And just basically cut it out. Comes out real easily. Just like that. Do the same thing for the other side. Take your finger and just take it out, just like that. The reason why we took the core out is because it's so hard and it's not edible. You'll be cooking it forever. Not to mention, a lot of times people, they feel that they have to add sugar to their cabbage because it's bitter. And that's the reason why it's bitter, 10 out of 10. It's because the core had, either you didn't cut the core out properly or you left it in. So in order to eliminate the sugar, take the core out. And we're just going to take a couple pieces off the top. Those pieces that look a little bit beat up, you just basically take it off. All right, we're just going to cut the cabbage. No particular way. Just going to slice it in thick slices, just like that. You could slice it thin, or you could slice it in decent size pieces. Cut it just like that, and that's perfect. What we're going to do is we're going to take our cabbage, we're going to add it to the strainer, add it to the colander, get all those pieces, and once we're done, we're going to rinse it off in cold water. As the water is running on it, you're going to take your hands and just basically help with the rinsing process, basically, just to make sure that the water gets all up in there. For the amount of cabbage that we're going to be using, I'm only going to use half of the bell pepper. Take it out, take that piece out. And the membrane comes out really easy. Once your knife is sharp, good to go. Just cut it like that. Slice it a little thinner. And of course, when it comes to like the veggies, it's up to you whether you want to slice it thick or thin. Totally your preference. I'm gonna take this little piece out right here. Just put that off to the side, just like that. Gonna rinse those off in a second. Next up, we are going to cut our onion up. Yep, take the top off. When it comes to shelling the onion, I like to take the top layer off, or any layer that might look a little bit not so good. Cut it off just like that. And just that's it. Time to cut the shallot up. And I love shallots because it brings that sweet but yet savory flavor to any dish. I'm about to cut it with the shell on. Just like an onion, you're gonna shell it the same exact way. Take the bottom off and give it a quick rinse, and just like that. And for the shallots, I'm gonna dice these up. Up next is our sausage. We're just gonna cut it sideways, just like that. Cut it sideways. If you wanna cut it thin, you can. If you wanna cut it in thick pieces, you can. If you wanna literally go in and dice it up like this, you can as well. It's totally optional. Down to the final stretch, we are gonna cut up our bacon into nice bite-sized pieces, just like this. This bacon is sort of fatty, which is a great thing because I want the fat to render so I could have a good amount of oil so I could like literally fry up my other ingredients. Alrighty, and we are done with the slicing, chopping, and dicing. It's time to cook. Our cast iron skillet is on, hot and ready to go, and we're about to sear some bacon, baby. As the bacon starts to break down, look at how much oil so far that's rendered. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna share this pan, yes, because sharing is caring, and we're gonna add our sausages, just like this, just like that. Our sausages are nice and brown. It looks perfect. It's not burnt. We're going to go in with our slotted spoon, aka strainer spoon, and we're about to take our sausages and bacon out of this pan, and we're going to put it right in this bowl right here, just like that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Our smothered cabbage is going to be so delicious. It's going to be, trust me, it's going to be your go-to recipe. I'm about to get Brooklyn, y'all. That's my word. It's about to be your go-to recipe. It's going to be everything. We're going to add our onions. And of course, we're going to use that same oil. Onions, they're starting to break down. They're starting to glisten. And they're looking really good. So we're going to add our shallots. Give it that combination mix. And the aromatics is coming from these shallots along with these onions. OMG. So appetizing right now. I'm telling you, the shallots really take things up an extra notch. And to the mix, we're going to add our bell peppers. We're going to season this up. You're not just going to rely on the bacon fat. So we're going to add a little bit of kosher salt, regular salt, doesn't matter. Just be mindful of the amount of salt that you're adding. Only because what? The bacon has salt in there already. We're going to add a little bit of the Cajun seasoning, which also has salt. All we're doing right now is we're just seasoning the peppers and onions. Give it a good mix. Make sure everything is well combined. Toss it around, toss it around. Make it look good. I'm going to allow the peppers to break down just a bit because they just got in the pan. Don't want to rush those bad boys too much. About to introduce our cabbage to our sauteed veggies. Look at the color already. Our veggies have that perfect caramelization going on. What? We're about to add the cabbage. And don't worry, if you can't fit all the cabbage right now, trust me, in a matter of seconds, you'll be able to, because this cabbage is going to break down like the typical collard green. Trust me. It's going to break down to less to nothing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the remaining cabbage, just like that. At this point in time, everything is in our pan. It's looking good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover it down with the lid. Now, here's the thing. Most cast iron skillets, they don't come with lids, so don't laugh because my lid is about to not match. But hey, once it could fit, that's all that matters. It's gonna allow my cabbage to break down and saute and come out perfect. Check out our cabbage, guys. You can't tell me this is not sexy. Check it out. When you're making the cabbage, you're gonna have some water at the bottom of your skillet or cast iron. However, what you're gonna do is you're gonna allow that water to burn off, and the oil that's within the pan or the veggies is gonna fry the cabbage. We're gonna add some vinegar, because I know there's a lot of you out there who love vinegar. We're gonna add some of the crushed chilies. To step it up even more, we're gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. Make it nice and saucy. We're also gonna add the kosher salt. Hit it off with a little bit of Cajun seasoning, just a little bit more. And little chicken bouillon to give that extra flavor. Add a little bit more onion powder, just a little bit. As well as a little bit of garlic powder. Season it up. A little black pepper. Give everything a quick mix. We're gonna add our sausages as well as our bacon. Yes, we are. And let's get all that oil out, because what? There's nothing but flavor in this bowl right here. Gonna mix it up, combine it really good. Get everything well incorporated. No, as I was saying earlier, I'm not gonna add any sugar, because guess what? It's no need. The only time your cabbage will be bitter is two things. It's either the cabbage is old, sorry to say, you need to buy a new one, or you are eating pieces of the core. You cut it too far or too close to the core, and that's where you get that bitterness from. Other than that, ain't no cabbage bitter. Cabbage is not bitter. And our southern cabbage is done. And I guarantee you, there's no recipe that could come close to the southern cabbage. This southern cabbage right here is the best. It's finger licking good. And to be honest with you, you don't even need to serve this up with nothing else. You can eat it just the way it is by itself. Or you could be like me and go in and add some hot sauce, because I put that on everything, including my southern fried cabbage. As always, guys, thank you so much for cooking with Tammy, and enjoy your southern fried cabbage, and I will catch you guys in another video. Don't forget, don't you log off this video without not liking it and subscribing. Definitely share this recipe with all your friends and family, and I will catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.